All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. If you're looking to move to Las Vegas or already live here and are interested in a market update, then you have found the right channel. Today, I'm going to provide a November 2023 Las Vegas housing market update, along with the upcoming events during this month. And I'm going to do this in a little different format than from some of my other videos, in that I'm doing it live. So as you jump on, if you have any questions or comments, please engage with me. So, my name is Mark Pepe, a Las Vegas real estate professional and a relocation specialist. I communicate with people daily who are interested in moving to Las Vegas from all over the country and the world. So, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad about living in Las Vegas, then make sure you subscribe below and you tap the bell for notifications. So let's just jump in to the latest market statistics. We're going to start with new listings that actually continue to drop. September, we had 2,314 new listings. October, we have 2,210 new listings. That's a 4.49% decrease and a 38% decrease compared to the same time last year. This low number of new listings is pushing pricing up, which we're going to discuss here in a minute. Let's talk about inventory. That's the buzzword, right? These are for single family homes. In September, we had 4,289 houses in inventory for sale, single family. October, it dropped to 4,067 homes. That's a 5.7% drop. This is less than half of what we would typically see in a normal market where there's over 9,000 homes for sale. Of the 4,067 homes for sale, 2,886 are under 700,000. You've got 505 are from 700,000 to a million, and then 676 are over 1 million. So that's the breakdown of the current inventory. Now, the primary reason why inventory has been so low and is likely to remain this way for the foreseeable future is due to so many homeowners with a low interest rate who are not interested in trading in that rate for a rate in the upper sevens. In the real estate world, we like to call that the locked-in effect. Next, let's talk about the month's supply, which refers to the number of months it would take for the current inventory of homes on the market to sell given the current sales pace. So 4 to 5 months of supply would be considered average. A low number means that buyers are dominating the market and there are relatively few sellers. A higher number means that there are more sellers than there are buyers. In September, our month supply was 2.5. In October was 2.4. So it's a slight drop, but it's pretty clear we have a lot more buyers than we do sellers, which has been the case for the majority of the year. Next is new contracts or homes that went into escrow. In September, we had 1,530 homes that went into escrow. In October, we had 1,554. So an increase of 24 homes into contract. That's a 1.5% increase. The average days on the market in September were 15, and the average days on the market in October was 15 as well. So there's really no change, which means homes are still selling pretty fast, especially when they're priced correctly. When you see the homes on the market increase on a certain specific home, that typically means obviously that the home was priced incorrectly, or there could be something wrong with the home. What I've seen a lot with my clients, or not my clients, but in the market, is that some sellers still think they can get 2021, even going back to 2020 pricing, and that's not the case anymore. So again, if the home is priced correctly, homes are still moving pretty quickly. Next is the sales price to list ratio. So in September, it was 99.3%. In October, it's actually at 100%. So sellers aren't really budging much unless they're very motivated. So if they're motivated, you're seeing prices drop quickly if they're not selling. But if they're not motivated, they're waiting patiently because they know they have some leverage in the market with as few homes for sale as there is. Next is homes sold. September, we had 1,625 homes sold versus October, we had 1,530 homes sold. That's a 5.84% drop. Now, these are resales or new construction homes listed in the MLS. All other new construction homes, which typically make up about 1/3 of all home sales every month, are not included in these figures. So these numbers don't really paint a completely accurate picture of the total homes sold. On a side note, new construction pricing is increasing as they closely monitor what is happening with resales. And speaking of price, the median sales price for single family homes in September was $440,000. In October, it jumped up slightly to $442,000. That's a 0.45% increase. Now, looking ahead, home price appreciation typically starts to ease up this time of year. As that happens, there are some risks the media is going to confuse slowing price growth, which is called a deceleration of appreciation, with home prices falling, which is depreciation. Don't be fooled though. Slower price growth is still growth. For the majority of this year, we haven't moved much as far as the median sales price goes. A few $1,000s up and a few $1,000s down. This really speaks to the demand that is out there for housing. And it hasn't gone away despite interest rates hovering around 8%. And speaking of interest rates, we have seen them drop over 0.5 point over the last week due to the bond sales being weak. The Feds didn't raise rates, and the job market has shown signs of slowing down. All of this has led to the small relief in the interest rate. Now, obviously, 1 week does not make a trend, so we will continue to monitor it closely. Now, eventually, when rates drop further, this is going to drive prices up. I would encourage you, if you can afford your desired home at the current interest rate and payment right now, do not wait. You will end up paying more while having more competition once interest rates drop. I can give you example after example of clients who are kicking themselves for not buying back in 2020, even into 2021. Well, let's switch gears now and highlight a few events happening this month here in Las Vegas. The big event that is almost 2 years in the making is Formula One's Las Vegas Grand Prix, set to take place on the Las Vegas Strip and the surrounding streets on the 16th through the 18th of this month. There's going to be over 100,000 fans in attendance across the 3.8-mile track, and I'm sure it's going to be quite the spectacle. This event has brought some type of controversy to the valley with as much construction and costs that has taken to really transform the Strip and the surrounding streets into a raceway. It's been an absolute nightmare for people who work on the Strip, for taxi cab and Uber drivers. It has been an absolute nightmare with the traffic, but it is going to be quite the event coming up here next week. There's also a number of concerts happening around town this month, as they do every month. This is just a small snapshot of who is performing. At T-Mobile Arena, there's Enrique Iglesias, Pitbull, and Ricky Martin. They're doing their trilogy tour on November 24th. The Sphere, which is now open behind the Venetian and Sands Expo, has U2 is continuing their residency through this month with multiple dates. At the House of Blues, Carlos Santana is there November 8th through the 12th. You have Jim's on November 13th. You have Fit for an Autopsy and Exodus on November 27th. And then over at the Smith Center, which is a really unique venue for concerts, you've got Frankie Moreno on November the 14th. You've got a Johnny Mathis Christmas. Yes, Christmas is almost here. Can you believe it? On November the 18th. You've got Matteo Bocelli on November 25th. And then Tower of Power on November 26th. Over at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace, Garth Brooks is continuing his residency on November the 29th. Over at the Dolby Live Theater at Park MGM, you've got Usher on November 10th and 11th. And at Bact Theater at Planet Hollywood, you've got Keith Urban, November 10th through the 18th. And you have Miranda Lambert on November the 30th. Now, professional sports are continuing to take the city by storm. And I have to congratulate the Las Vegas Aces of the WNBA for winning back-to-back titles just last month. The Raiders have home games at Allegiant Stadium on November the 12th versus the New York Jets, and November 26th versus the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. And speaking of Super Bowl, it is less than 100 days away from being played right here in Las Vegas. And the defending Stanley Cup champion, Vegas Golden Knights, also played a number of games at T-Mobile Arena in November as well. So you want to check out their website for specific dates. You know, there are so many events happening. I don't have time to list them all, but this city really never has a shortage of events happening every single day here. Well, I hope you found this market update and upcoming event schedule valuable. You know, you want to make sure that you subscribe below and comment if you have any questions or found this video helpful. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to check out our other videos on Las Vegas and the surrounding areas so you can continue to get a realistic sense of what it would feel like to live here in the Las Vegas Valley. If you're planning on moving within the next month or even the next year, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even book a Zoom appointment here in the description here below. You know, having relocated myself to the Las Vegas Valley over 15 years ago, I know firsthand all of the moving parts and nuances with picking up and starting over in a new city. That's why I am passionate about helping people just like you make a smooth and stress-free move to Las Vegas. So until next time, we hope to show you around town very, very soon.